right, video games. Video games will kill you, metaphorically, maybe even physically. So, I spend the majority of my life playing video games. These are some of the best times I had. But now that I've quit, and I haven't touched a video game in many years. I don't get an urge to play, I don't want to play. It actually seems boring, seems like a waste of time. But throughout the years, I've spent tens of thousands of hours. Can you imagine? Tens of thousands of hours wasted. So much time, so much potential, man. Yeah, as I said, the funny thing is, these are some of the best years I've had playing video games with my friends, by myself. I used to play MMORPGs. Not WoW. It was a game called Lineage, an amazing game. But unfortunately, until you stop playing, you don't realize what you lose, right? So the way it happened for me, quitting, was very interesting. I didn't follow a routine. I didn't decide and just make it happen. No, it was none of that. There was no willpower that could make me stop this degeneracy. What happened was I came at a crossroads in my life. I was either A, going to kill myself or do something with my life. And literally, I was going to kill myself. I was depressed and suicidal because I couldn't get any women. And the root cause of that was, you guessed it, it was video games. So playing video games deprived me of everything that it means to be a man. I was super feminine. I couldn't talk to women. I couldn't talk to people in general. So any sort of communication would give me anxiety because the only type of communicating, conversing with other people was through a mic, basically. So yeah, it was either take my own life. I used to live in a tall apartment building. I would So I contemplated hurling myself from the 13th floor. That's a long way down and a sure way to, yeah, end it. So the way I see it is video games are a very silent killer. It's a drug. Like they have done studies where the subjects would fill drug addicts, literal drug addicts, would fill a questionnaire, and the way so if they were to replace the word drugs with video games, the meaning would not be lost, and the results were the same. Basically, if they give the questionnaire to drug addicts and video game addicts, it's the same. So basically, you're a drug addict, and it's no surprise. The brain gets so stimulated from playing this; it gets so much dopamine that you get addicted, and the real world basically pales in comparison when that's all you do. So for me, it took an extreme event to quit, right? Now, the good news was, if there's a good news, I, unlike most people, I didn't get fat playing video games. I didn't get dumb playing video games, right? So any day I would play, maybe every half hour, every hour, I would get up and do a bunch of exercises. So that way I kept my fitness elevated. naturally. So that's a really good habit to build. If you can't quit video games, at the very least, get up off your ass, do 20 push ups, and get back to playing. The other thing I did was I studied a lot of languages. So when playing games, I communicated with a bunch of different nationalities: Greek people, Danish people, Chinese people, whatever, Americans. And this allowed me to learn a bunch of languages, right? So playing, learning. So in my case, I had the extremely long end, I got the extremely long end of the stick. I was super lucky. Even though I wasn't lucky, I was deliberately learning languages and training while playing. So I'm probably one of the few people in the world have benefited from playing games. But most of you motherfuckers, nah, you're just going down the drain. And the biggest, it's just the biggest robber of communication skills. You stop being able to communicate with people. You can't even walk down the street without feeling anxiety. But you can't feel it now, especially if you're like 15, 16, 17. You can't feel that. But it's killing you. And it's going to get even more grotesque because games are going to be getting more and more advanced, more immersive. It's going to be so beautiful, so addicting, so enticing, but it's for your own detriment. You have everything to lose, maybe even your life, maybe even your life. So, my suggestion to you is look into, just let this stew, keep playing, but let this stew, keep coming back to it, keep looking at the consequences of playing video games, and slowly but surely start implementing some sort of routine where you do not play video games but do something else instead, right? Maybe start with 15 minutes, 10 minutes, where you do some other activity. Yeah, I hope it doesn't end badly for you or as badly as it did for me, because I had to struggle a fuck ton to get out of this shit pile. Hope it unfolds better for you, really.